It's the WIN. Listen, laugh, and learn and understand. Hope, believe that you can. It's the Women's Information Network. It's the WIN.
Welcome to the WIN Show. We are so glad you joined us. I'm Paula Fellingham, CEO of the Women's Information Network, thewinonline.com. We're the online home for all women, all ages, a community of women helping women. Our hosts are Heather Anderson, she's a runner-up for Miss USA. Laura Lee Christensen is the Executive Vice President of the WIN. And Kim Coles is an actress, a comedian, a speaker, and one of our show hosts. Our guest today is Rachel Flower. She's an author and speaker and the creator of Quantum Sensing for passion, purpose, and fulfillment in life and work. She works internationally with individuals and entrepreneurs and organizations, facilitating sensory breakthrough for peak performance. She's also a brain fitness specialist. Wow. We are so excited. Thank you for coming.
That was you.
Thank you.
Cool. Paula and I loved you the first time we met you, and we're so glad to have you on the show.
Thank you for
Before
having me.
I ask you one question, though, I want people to know you do retreats in Hawaii.
I do. You're all invited.
Yeah. We are all coming. We're excited about
They're
this.
great. We can do some hula.
This gal lives in more places, or has lived, than about anybody I know. Tell us.
Well, I'm from England. And I first went to Hong Kong when I left England at the age of 22, and then I didn't know that I'd never go back. I ended up staying there for 5 years. Then I went to Thailand for 9 years, then Australia, then New Zealand,
there's more.
and now here. There is more.
All beautiful places.
Yeah,
And you
I
live
like
in Lake
sunshine,
Tahoe.
in case you hadn't noticed.
Yes.
It was important after living in England. It's kind of nice.
See that?
We do so much. Let's talk about quantum sensing first.
Yes.
Right. What's
What
that?
is it?
What is that? Help us sense quantumly.
Well, it's really tapping into the senses in a way that a lot of people don't. We're actually losing our senses in more ways than one. Our sensitivity to different things is reducing. Quantum sensing is using the inner senses as well as the outer senses, intuition and the ability to imagine things through the senses. So combining all of that to create that deeper connection with your intuition and your hunches and your gut feelings. How do you really connect with that wisdom that's inside? So quantum sensing is doing that in a very practical way through the senses.
So you teach women how to do this?
I teach everyone how to do it.
Well, let's give our
I
girlfriends
teach
some
a lot
of
of
your
people.
tips.
Well, one of the things, firstly, it's just important to become present. And the sense of touch is, if you just right now feel your feet in the chair, feel your butt in the chair, feel yourself here, your hands on the table. That's just sensing on a basic level to be really clear. But also, if you were to say, imagine something that you really love to do, take yourself there. Close your eyes maybe and imagine that you're in that place and you're doing what you love. Someone's doing hula.
She's in Hawaii. She's in Hawaii. Yeah.
So when you're in that space, you're imagining it, but you're using your senses, right, in your imagination, but you're not really there. So how do you cultivate that ability to actually sense, feel, see things when you're not physically in that place? So, and that's where the power of imagination increases the more we become present to the senses. Like just seeing now as I look in your eyes, or, you know, as I become aware of sounds around me or things and more deeply.
You know, I think we've lost that a lot.
We have.
I mean, I just finished college and I would go home and I'd walk in the room and my 3 girlfriends would be around the table and they'd all be on Facebook at the same time, just looking at other people's lives, and I'm thinking, well, you're not actually living your life. You're not even talking to your friends. You know what's going on in their life, but you're not visualizing them. You're not listening to them. You're not touching them. Like, you're just not present.
That is
Do you think it's
exactly
because of that, because of technology? Or
I
why
don't
do you
think
say
it's
we're
because
losing
of
it?
but it's a part of it. I think technology is making the world more abstract. We're not sensing it. We're not hugging. We're not seeing each other eye to eye. We're talking in a more distant way. So how can we bring that back? We're actually losing our senses, believe it or not. 1% a year. There have been studies since the 60s that we're losing our sensitivity to stimulate sounds. We're recognizing fewer sounds.
Really?
We're recognizing fewer colors. So it's scary because it could keep going on, and technology is a very big part of it. So being out in nature, connecting with nature in a way, and really seeing and really feeling it and really touching it and smelling it is so important. And you're so right.
And do we then infuse this in other areas of our life? Is that it? Because
Every
we go around
area.
smelling and touching and tasting things, then what do we do with it, right?
Well, here's the thing. Imagine if you could sniff out new opportunities.
Oh, now we're
Imagine
talking.
if you
Now we're
could
talking. Because I don't want to
see
sniff a whole lot of things. I want to sniff out an opportunity, though.
And I smell pretty
You
good.
smell great.
So you can.
How do we now use this
You can
in practical
see
life?
creative solution. How about listening to your intuition? You see, this is other ways of using the senses. The more that we connect with them externally and start becoming more present to them, the more we're going to be able to make smart decisions. Because we'll feel it. You see, the body is very wise, but we tend to forget that and just go for our emotions or logic and forget that there's all this wisdom. You can really sense, I mean, so many times in my life when I've had to make a decision, when I really go inside and use some of these tips, I just know what to do. I feel it.
That's so
And
good.
imagine that, you know, for also teenagers coming out of school, what do they do with their lives? Imagine if you had a system to be able to actually sense your way, feel your way into your deepest passion, your deepest sense of purpose.
And you have this system.
When you talk
Yes.
about a system, I've heard you talk about purpose blueprint. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, a purpose blueprint. We all have one. It's really,
What is that?
it is the source of authentic action. It is where you come from when you're really in your groove, when you're in your joy. It's that spark inside that drives you. And it's a combination, a blend of unique qualities that makes you you. That's your unique. It's deeper than personality. It's your depth. It's your spirit.
So you help women learn about this.
Yes. Yes. Identify it and start identifying it. Feel it. Know it in their body. And just sense how to, it's like a guidance system. It's like having a compass in your body. And then you can follow it and you just feel the right way to go. So that's your purpose blueprint. And
Purpose blueprint.
Yes.
That's very
Yes.
interesting.
Now, is this part of your business, Sensoma?
Yes, Sensoma is just the name I use to kind of...
What does that mean,
encompass-
Sensoma?
Sensoma is I made it up.
That's good.
And it's a combination of two words. Sense for sensory awareness. Soma is the Greek word for body. So body, but body experience from within. So it's not just your body, but how do you experience your body?
So you're helping women create a compass that would then
Yes.
guide them to make the right decisions.
Yes.
This is very important.
Well, and right now I'm working with teenagers as well. I've got some people, you know, that they're just coming out of school. What do they do? And a couple of them are actually, you know, falling into bad peer groups and, you know, not doing...
Because they just don't have that
They
sense of
don't
where to
know.
go.
They've
They
lost
don't
their
know.
compass. They're kind of off track. And it doesn't take much to just come back inside. And we need to make it seem cool for them. You know, it's
Yes.
fun.
Yeah.
It's
Even if they
energetic.
have those feelings, maybe they don't trust them. They haven't been taught that they can trust.
Exactly. In fact, I'm working with somebody right now that she is so intuitive and so incredibly clear about so many things, and yet her life is not going in the right direction. And now I'm reflecting that back to her, and she's really catching fire in the best way. You know,
Oh,
she's
good for
seeing
you.
what's important and starting to really trust
Oh, this is
that deep intuition that she does have. So
what an important work you are doing.
thank
This
you.
is
I love it
wonderful.
too. It's a lot of
Oh,
fun,
yes,
actually.
we
More
can
to
tell
the
you're
point.
passionate.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We have loved being with you.
Thank you.
Thank you
What
so
a
much
pleasure
for
to
coming.
be with you.
Thank you, Rachel Flower.
Yes, yes,
I just want to
yes.
start touching everybody.
And we invite everyone to visit thewinonline.com, where you'll always get solutions, share your good ideas, and really connect with women worldwide. Now let's live joyfully with passion and purpose. Have a wonderful day. See you next time.
It's the Women's Information Network. It's the WIN